I only got diagnosed ADHD when I was 42. However, when I was 11, I was diagnosed with OCD, which is also another form of neurodivergent.
You're a triple threat.
I am a triple threat. Triple threat, baby.
When the odds are beating you, keep your hand up. Just keep on following your line if it's genuine.
When you go back to school, the difference in routine is going to drive your kids and us crackers, full stop.
And that goes for anybody. Neurotypical, if you want to put the neurotypical against the neurodiverse, everybody finds it hard. It's just that our children and people like ourselves find it even trickier. I only got diagnosed ADHD when I was 42. However, when I was 11, I was diagnosed with OCD, which is also another form of neurodivergent.
You're a triple threat.
Sorry?
You're a triple threat.
I am a triple threat. Triple threat, baby. But it went undiagnosed all that time. However, what I've noticed through what I went through myself, and then I've gone through with my son who's 21, and I've got my youngest who is 14 now, and I'm home educating her. But because of everything that I've been through with my son, I've realised that back when I was at school and struggling, the teachers had much more time and ability to know us on a more individual basis. And I'm talking to my mum, she never got asked, like, was I coming in or anything like that. There was no attendance figures and pushing for this, that and the other. It was, I always remember being greeted by, we had like houses in our secondary school, and my head of house would always be like, Liz, you made it, brilliant. And I'd go and sit in the library, or I'd sit in the office with him for a bit, and there was never this over expectation of attendance. And so that helped me to do it. I was also in psychiatric hospital as well, was very, very ill when I was younger. But I did manage to go and do my GCSEs in 6 months, because the teachers had power to teach and like educate. And I think we've got to a point in time now. So with my son, he started it's called school refusal, but it's not. I call it a bullshit detector, because our kids are not stupid, right? They know that something's up. They may not be able to name it, but they can feel in their body that something is not sitting right, and they're calling an alarm out, right? And so I've been through it with Harley, and they broke him completely. He's 21. He goes out the house once a week. And we've only this year started seeing real progress again from it. So this is really, really something I'm passionate about, because I can't help as many people as I want to. I don't want all these kids falling through the crack. It really upsets me. I mean, you said that your son, the teacher in maths already said, well, just write with your other hand. And like, we get that. I get that. But unfortunately, once we get to secondary school, the teachers don't have enough time to get to know everybody better, because they're just overworked. There's just too much going on. And, I wish we could go back to the teachers having more say in a lot of things. I
suppose there is an element of, I don't know, whether do we overcare right now about, it's not overcaring, but there was an element in the 80s and 90s where it was like, well, they've come to school, they don't come to school, like, it wasn't a case of they didn't care, but it was like it wasn't that kind of, it was almost like, well, you are or you're not. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. We'll just go with the flow.
I think the government making these tick boxes around attendance has caused no end of damage to our kids, because, it got to the point that I could get Harley into school for an hour and he'd get his attendance mark. Did he learn anything? No.
When the odds are beating you, keep your hand up. Just keep on following your